And we're almost live.
Hey, what are we looking at?
You're looking just straight that way.
At the
It's getting us both.
that big camera.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to our second live feed here with Team MSC. Of course, we've got MotoGang901. Jeffrey's here. He's also live on his channel at the same time. So welcome to all of you as well. Hopefully our mics are picking up good. I believe they are. We should have a lot better setup today. We've got a few topics for you that we're going to be talking about. We've got right here, just like last time, we have some of the hot questions or most asked questions over the last couple of weeks on some of the big popular CFMOTO groups on Facebook. So we have those here. We'll be going over those. And while we're doing this intro, we're just letting a few of you to join in on the live feed. And we'll be watching the chat, and we will be answering questions that some of you have. So y'all feel free to jump in and ask questions. We already got a few coming in. We've got Braden saying hello. Hey, buddy, I always see you watching the videos. We've got Austin. Hey, guys, how it's going? And we've got a few more tuning in. There's old Mike. He's made it this time.
Mike in there this
yep,
time?
Mike's here already. So Mike, we also got Rob over here. We've got Michigan holding it down.
Mike,
So
Mike's already been texting me all day,
Good.
harassing me. So if he's in here, he's gonna be causing trouble,
Oh,
especially if
man.
Jeff gets in here.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about Mike from
Mike Scuds.
Shuts.
Yes.
yeah, yep,
That's who we're talking about, right?
yep. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Mike from Tennessee when y'all went riding.
Misfit Moto,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up, brother?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
What's up,
Mikey?
Garrett?
So guys, we're going to just try to go through a few questions here to start us out, and then we will skim through some of the comments, and we will try to answer some of your questions. So please fill up that chat, and as we said last time, we will go back. If we don't get to your question during this hour, we will go back and we will be looking through it, and we will try to reach out and help answer any of those questions. And you never know, we may chase a squirrel down a rabbit trail during this and get on all kinds of topics. But hold on. Let us know if you would comment, if you're watching here on Real Talk, comment if the audio is good, and also Jeffrey, if you want to talk to your people that's tuning
Jason,
in.
I got about 10 people. Tell me the audio is good.
Yeah,
Give me a thumbs up. Garrett, you in here? Give me a thumbs up if my audio is good.
All right, we're getting some good checks over here. So
Somebody give us some questions.
all right,
Let's try to help some people.
yeah, we're going to try to help some people out.
Yeah, my audio is good, they say.
Yep, good deal. All right, so first of all, we're going to start out on some of these questions. The first question that we have, we actually
Where
had.
did you get these questions at, Blake? Tell the people where.
Yeah, these questions come from some of our Facebook groups, some of the bigger Facebook groups, and we went through, and we've got Miss Erica actually went through, and she sees a lot of these questions, and the most asked questions is what we've put together here.
Okay.
Now, I want you to keep in mind that some of these questions, to those of you that's been in the power sports industry, you're familiar with mechanics and all that stuff, some of these are going to sound very elementary, and so just please bear with us on that, because not everybody some people are just now getting into this kind of sport, and they're wanting to know the basics of how to take care of their machine. And so in these groups, you'll see a lot of common basic questions, but those are important for us to help those people and answer some of those. But we also have some more detailed technical questions as well. Just like this first one here, Erica said she saw this a lot, but it's an oil question. Why is it important to follow the recommended guidelines? Well, guys, that's plain and simple, and as basic as it can get. You should always go along with what the manufacturer recommends when it comes to choosing your oil, especially and this person was actually talking about the weights. Like if it calls for 10W40, that's what you need to run. You need to run, and normally the manufacturer is going to give you a little bit of a window, right?
Especially like for the people that live in Minnesota, they might not run exactly the same thing we do in
Yep.
Mississippi because of the temperature
Temperatures.
change. You know.
Yep.
Let's talk about that oil some too. You know, it is very important that we put the right oil in it, but why is it so important that we do it at the intervals that CFMOTO says to do?
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that comes to my mind that people will say, well, should I change? And just sitting here, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to say what the hours is or what the miles is without asking Joel or something, but just trying to create a point. If CFMOTO says change oil in it at 10 hours or 100 miles, keep it in mind, there is also a place in that book and that manual that says that's under normal operating conditions. You know, if you get on this thing and you ride down the road 50 miles wide open, that's not normal. That's not a normal operating condition. If you sink it in the mud hole, that's not a normal operating condition. If you if you go to B&B or somewhere and it's real dusty all weekend, like you're just riding in a lot of dust, that's not a normal operating condition. And the guideline says cut it by 50%.
Yeah.
So, you know, there is them guidelines, but that's one of the ones that a lot of people overlook.
Yeah.
And you really need to follow that. I know I definitely do on my personal stuff. If I go out somewhere and I've had a rough weekend on it, I'm coming home to change that oil. You know,
Yeah.
and especially that air filter.
Yeah, the air filter is a big one, especially on the topic that you were just on. If you rode in a very dusty environment that weekend, by all means, you need to service that air filter for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Before we move on to the next one, unless Joel or Jeffrey or Rob's got anything to say about oil, do we have any questions from the people? You got any questions on yours yet,
Not
Jeffrey?
over here yet, no.
Okay.
Feel free to ask anything, guys.
I just like to throw in when you're going by the suggested manufacturer time intervals. What I would always talk about when people would ask me, when do I change it? Well, first one's at 100 miles is what we suggest, and then do the next one at 500. You don't have to do it for another 500, but it's easier to remember to change your oil every 500 than 600, and then do the math. And then even though it's not hard math, you just know automatically at 1,000 you're changing your differentials and your trans. At every 500 mark you're just doing the oil.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I would always suggest for the, again, like you mentioned, and that's great that you brought that up, but for normal operating guys or ladies out there that run their machines, just do it at every 500 interval, and then that way you know every 500 is just oil,
Yeah.
and every 1,000 is oil and your differentials and trans. And then as well, air filter, it wasn't an air filter question, but you did touch on it.
Yeah.
It's so important to monitor that air filter. And there's no, like you said, there's no
No miles on there.
specific
Yeah.
formula on the,
But I can tell you that air filter is more important than the oil.
absolutely.
There, you
And that's
know,
why I'm saying,
yeah.
you know, it's all dependent on your ride
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You better keep that air filter clean, guys. I mean, you can possibly get away with not changing your oil on the intervals for a short period of time. But if you want to run the engine fast, just don't clean your air filter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That will ruin it fast. What
And-
you got on there, Blake?
And that's not a CFMOTO thing.
No,
That's
dude. Yeah.
anything. That's
Yeah.
any manufacturer, anything out there. Okay, so I've got a funny one, and then I've got a couple of serious questions.
Okay.
Somebody asked, Joel, can you give some tips on how to drive like you do without flipping the whole thing? I mean, guys, Joel's been driving. He's been on something with wheels and tires and a motor since he was.
I bought him his first PW50 dirt bike before he was 3 years old.
I can say the first thing he told me is wheel placement. It's
Yep.
the wheel placement. After I flipped my CFMOTO trying to follow him,
Yeah.
it was wheel placement, he said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
after
so-
you learn, if you know where your tires are at all times, you can figure it out.
That's right. That's right. Well, that was just a fun one,
And then Joel's theory is just hold it wide open.
yeah. When
Don't-
in doubt, throttle out.
just hold it.
No, so
What's up, Justin?
let's see. We've got a lot of people tuning in here.
there's our buddy Justin, the creator. I go
Yep,
to his
yep.
YouTube channel.
What's up, Justin?
What up,
Hey, Justin. Do you want to say that one?
Okay.
Okay, somebody asked, how do you compress the brake calipers on the rear of a 2022 ZFORCE HO Sport? So I guess they're having to change the brake pads, I
Yeah.
would assume.
So a C clamp's what best to use for that, but most of the pistons on them where it actually pushes against the pad actually spin in. So if you'll put the end of the C clamp that you actually turn your hand into the piston, when you're tightening down on it, the piston has to screw in like you was tightening a bolt. So as you put pressure, it's got to spin. So if it ain't spinning, it's not going to push in.
Ah, good. So
You can
help.
put all the pressure you want, but if it don't spin with it, it ain't going to go in.
Good tip. That's good stuff. So somebody asked, do y'all think the UFORCE 1000 will be coming out with a cabbed AC unit anytime in the near future?
All we can really say is watch and see what happens in August. We know there's going to be a lot of new things, and I think I read on an email that CFMOTO sent to all the dealers that said that this is not going to be a year of a fancy new sticker. It's going to be a year of a lot of new models. Do we know what they are? Absolutely not. Is that going to become a thing? We don't know yet. Do we want it? We hope so. We got our fingers crossed. But we do know that CFMOTO says this is not going to be a year of fancy new stickers. It's
That's
going to
cool.
be a year of new models.
I like
So
that.
we're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited. But it's going to be about the end of August, ain't it?
Yes. We will be at the dealer show August
25th.
25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. So y'all be watching. There'll be some. I'm sure there's some big news
I
coming.
want to go this year.
Yeah.
You gang, tell him.
That's right. It's going to be fun, and that's what's so awesome about. I mean, we're all power sports fans. Every one of us. We like you know, if you watch Jeffrey's channel, you see a lot of Can-Am action in Polaris and CFMOTO, Honda, everything, and on my channel as well. We like watching all kinds of different machines in action and talking about them and seeing what's coming out next, just because we're all fans of the entire sport, right? But one thing that is awesome about CFMOTO in particular is they're not focused on just one segment of power sports. They are pushing the envelope. They're so innovative on the whole lineup. I mean, you can see it over the last couple years. I mean, they're pushing out, just like they just released the Gen 3 CFORCE 800 and 1000. I mean, my goodness, they had just updated the CFORCE 600, and then right before that, they came out with the new Gen CFORCE 400 and 500. Just like that, they were popping them out. At the same time, they come out with the Gen 2 ZFORCE. They updated and came out with the Sport 4. The HOEX. I mean, a lot has happened just in the last couple of years.
And just ain't it just amazing too? I mean, not that they've not always been great. CFMOTO's been delivering good products for a long time now.
Yeah.
But ain't it amazing? Every single time they release a new unit, the upgrades, the difference, the different power, the smoothness, it's just. Man, they are rocking and rolling.
Right.
Is all I
That
gotta
clutch
say.
is totally different. That clutch on that 1000, 24th 1000 is, I don't know. It's smooth, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
They say it's almost impossible to run them better.
I don't know. I guess
Not
we'll
yet.
have to
We'll
find
find
out.
out.
Right? We'll have to find out. But and just like Jeffrey said, to think about where they've come, just looking at that move from Gen 2 to Gen 3. Imagine if they keep pushing like they are, we're excited about what they're going to release in August. Imagine where they're going to be in 3-4 more years. I mean,
there's no doubt in my mind that the higher ups at CFMOTO's goal is #1.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
do believe they're going to reach the #1 spot. There's
Absolutely.
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And let me steer us to if there's anybody on here. Hey, Billy's on here. Hey, Billy. He's watching. Man, Billy, it's got to be like past midnight where you're at, dude. Why ain't you asleep? We're glad you're with us, though.
Yeah.
He stays up all night.
Yeah, Billy is always working hard. That he is the owner of Vati Verico, and of course I'm saying it with my southern accent here, and I'm probably messing that up. But we are super proud to be partnered with them.
Absolutely.
The best in the business, and that's where we get our Team MSC clutch kits from, and they are top notch, best in the world. So
You know, and I just throw in there, Joel come to me a little earlier this week and told me about some new products Billy's fixing to release to the market, and I don't know if y'all told the world yet, but just wait and see what Billy's fixing to bring to Team MSC Main Street Cycle in the very near future.
Yeah. We well, Joel has been out there testing some stuff with Billy. Of course, all that's done remotely, but Joel and Harmon out in the shop, they've been testing stuff all last week, and this morning was hard at it. So it's about to go. It's about to be awesome. So
Jeffrey, you got any questions down on your end yet?
No, Justin said we need a turbo.
We didn't need a turbo.
yeah,
Keisha said, "Hey y'all," and
what's up?
Misfit Moto said, "Take me with you."
Yeah. Awesome. Well, one thing, if there are any motorcycle fans, because CFMOTO, like I was saying, not only are they pushing it in the off-road segment, but the on-road segment is just, they're constantly pushing out new products. So if there's any of you that are motorcycle fans, you like the street bike segment, man, let us know on Jeffrey's channel and on here on Real Talk. Comment that. But while we're at it, I don't know if any of you keep up with the Moto GP. It's a massive super sport street racing. It's the crotch rockets, if you will. It is a massive following there over in Europe and all over the place. We were looking at the Facebook. What was it? Was it 18 million?
28 million.
28 million people that follow MotoGP, and we're all big Supercross fans, and it was like 3 million, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So just to let you know how massive of a segment MotoGP and super sport racing is, and CFMOTO right now is dominating Moto 3. Is that right? Yeah, Moto 3 in the MotoGP segment, and that's on a CFMOTO crotch rocket. They're dominating the championship this year. And Moto 2, which is the bigger class, which is pretty unique because in that class, all the manufacturers like Gas, you got, help me out here, name some. You got KTM, you got CFMOTO, you've got Honda, Yamaha. All those that compete in that particular class are all running their own frames with a certain engine, and it's a 600cc engine, and that's exciting because I saw CFMOTO official release something this morning about a new bike that's possibly coming. We don't know when that'll be in the US, but anyways, it's pretty awesome. And to see CFMOTO dominating such a premier racing sport right now that is looked up, like a lot of people look at that. It's pretty neat to see CFMOTO at the top in those classes.
Rob, I think it's pretty awesome. He was just fixing to explain that he couldn't even remember Honda, Yamaha. He's so locked in on CFMOTO. CFMOTO is fixing to be number one. He couldn't even remember the Honda, Yamaha guys.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you're so right. And there's so many things that people don't even know. Like, you know, obviously we are submersed and immersed in CFMOTO.
Yeah.
So we have all the inside information, so on and so forth. But a lot of people don't know per sales how high up on the chart CFMOTO is.
Yeah.
You know, people think that CFMOTO is kind of like the third, fourth, fifth choice. They're not.
No, that's right.
They're right up in the top 5 of overall sales in the U.S. And people are obviously catching on. I mean, CFMOTO's just growing and growing and growing. So that number one shot that you mentioned earlier that CFMOTO's gunning for, I don't think it's far away.
No, it isn't.
Within the next 5 years, I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Well, I think I honestly believe August is going to be another game changer for CFMOTO.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a page turner for sure.
And to piggyback off of that, it's a reason why you should buy it here. Like, I know y'all hear me preach it all the time, but you gotta get it from Main Street Cycle, because these other dealers out here, they got these gimmicks, they get you in the door, they sell it to you, and the first time you break your bike because you didn't do the recommendations, they leave you hanging. So my biggest thing here, I've seen Steve and Joel do, they won't leave you hanging. It's a solution to it. You might have to spend a little money because you messed up, but the time and the recommendation and the quality of work they do here, and the sale, we trying to figure out a sale now for next Friday. So it's like, you gotta come to Tishomingo. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, clutch kits.
We'll make it worth the drive.
Yeah, hold
We'll
on.
make it worth
Yeah,
the drive.
clutch kits. It's the best clutch kit in the world, man. I mean, it's simple. I mean, what's his name? I don't want to mispronounce his name. What's his name? Like Valley.
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah.
That guy, man. That Mud Monster clutch kit. He came up with that one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. It's ridiculous. So you gotta come to Main Street Cycle, Team MSC. Everybody else is just, they following Team MSC. It's simple. Just come on. Go ahead, Blake.
Let's see. I'm reading some of
Jason
these
said
questions.
CFMOTO is definitely not. What's that?
Oh,
That,
no,
that
no.
brand you used to sell.
Oh, Teo.
Teo, yeah. No, definitely not Teo. I've had my CFMOTOs. I met Steve 4 years ago, and after a year after that. So I've had mine going on 3 years. Yeah, I broke an axle or two, but my bikes are still going, and I'm a rider.
You
Like,
ride, yeah.
I ride them bikes for real, and the gang know, y'all know we ride all the time, and they still going. I said, I'm gonna get the 1000. I don't want the 1000 right now.
Jeffrey, you do that deep stuff too.
Yeah.
What you do all that deep stuff for?
Because that's what it's made for. But that's just a testament of how the bikes run. And then, unfortunate, I have accidents. Bring it to Joel. I call Joel. I text Joel, and it's fixed. So it's just like, Main Street Cycle is a one-stop shop. Seriously, when I tell y'all that, I'm serious. It's a one-stop shop.
I have a comment here. Casey Lindley, I hope I'm saying that last name correct, but this person said, Casey said, I have a CFORCE 800 XC, a stage 3 clutch kit, 30-inch ITP cryptids, aftermarket air filter, removed the catalytic converter and added the cool down pipe, aftermarket exhaust, and he's thinking of, I need a tune. And Rob pointed that out, and I agree 100%. Please, you definitely 100%
Yes.
need the tune.
If you got that cool down pipe,
Yes.
you're gonna have to have that tune.
Especially with the 800 XC. The catalytic converter there on that header pipe is a big restrictive. I mean, it serves its purpose. It definitely serves its purpose. It's there for a reason. But if you did remove it and you put the cool down pipe, the tune is going to absolutely wake that 800 up in a big, big way, and it's going to adjust the AFRs, because when you remove that and you put the cool down pipe, the AFRs are way different, way different. So you need that for your engine to run healthy. With all that you've added, that's going to be you're going to have the baddest 800 with all that you've done. The tune with that, the Team MSC tune, and all that you've done is going to be, it's just going to be a monster of a machine, and something you're going to definitely be proud of. And you do need it. Don't hesitate on that.
They're gain horsepower, right? With
Oh
the
yeah,
tune.
huge
Right,
horsepower.
right.
But more yes, absolutely. It's big horsepower
Right.
gains, but also it's so healthy for the engine because you need to add that fuel. We have a tune for that specific reason. And when you go to teammscparts.com and you add the tune to your cart, please let us know what you have there. Dave stressed that in a video here recently. The more notes and information you can give us, the better Dave can dial that tune in for you, because we don't have just a one tune fits all. When you give us that information, Dave reads that with your ECU. Like when you send us your ECU, you can put a note in there, or you can also put a note when you check out. But even better is when you handwrite a note, put it in there with your ECU. Dave's going to get that note, and he's going to read it with every ECU that he tunes, which is a ton a week. Golly, a ton a week. He specifically is going to sit there, study what you have, study what you've done, and he's going to tune it, and it's going to be dialed in. So Casey, please, when you do get your Team MSC tune, remind us, write that down, that you have all those things, and you're going to have the baddest 800 out there.
And I'd just like to throw in there, you know, if you have the RJWC or any exhaust, you need a tune. It don't matter what you do to that exhaust, you need it. But guys, we've found on the dyno and in the tuning process that header pipe makes way more difference than the RJWC slip-ons. If you put that header on there and you don't tune it, you are running lean and you are subject to burn your bike up.
Yeah.
If you got that header, you've got to have a tune with it.
Not to say they won't work together, though. They will work
Oh
together.
yeah, they definitely.
It
work
just kind of
together.
sounded like one or the
No,
other.
well, what I mean was, if you get an RJWC slip-ons, you need a tune. There's
Right,
just no
absolutely.
doubt. But can you slip by without it? Some people do. You need it, but can you kind of get by without it? Possibly. But I'm telling you, but from looking at the dyno and doing the tuning, if you put that header on, with or without the slip-ons, that header makes so much a difference.
Right.
You better put a tune with that one.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts on that one. That's important. What you got, Blake? Read it out loud.
We can't really talk about that.
There was one.
There's a bunch of questions. We
Yeah,
probably need to
yeah.
go back and start answering
Okay.
them fast.
Yeah, we
'cause
probably
that's
need
already-
Yeah,
to.
there's-
Let's start answering some fast and get
There's
the
a
people
lot.
some help.
Let's see.
Blake said when we sat down here, he said I talked too much in the last live feed. He said he was going to take the
Clutch
time,
kit
so
one.
we kind of
Yeah.
in competition,
Any
see who talked the
benefit
most.
clutch upgrades on stock tires?
Okay. So Robo Chris said, any benefits to clutch upgrades on stock tires? I'm just trying to plan upgrades accordingly. So I really would like to know if you plan to add, go to aftermarket tires later, bigger tires, mud tires, or all-terrain tires, kind of like what you're planning in the future, because that's going to also play a big factor in what we recommend
Well,
when it comes to clutch kits.
But-
For stock tires, go if you want to share
I was just going to say,
anything.
let's just answer, also what he's asking, is there a benefit? Let's just assume for a minute he's not going up to a bigger tire.
Yes.
He wants to know, is there a benefit for stock tires? And ain't nobody going to say it better than Rob, because he helped design. Rob worked with Joel and Billy to design that Performance Plus kit. Right, Rob?
Yeah, so that's the stage one and the helix, the trail helix. So the great thing about Billy's clutch kits and the Team MSC clutch kits is they all build off of each other. So when you have your stock tires, okay, you cannot go wrong by putting on the Stock Performance Plus kit. And the reason that is you can modify as you go along. And every modification you're going to add to it will already include those two things. So if you just want to run stock tires for now, and you're like, well, I don't know if I want to go with the Stock Performance Plus because I might get bigger mud tires, or I might get bigger off-road or all-terrain tires later, blah, blah, whatever the case may be. It's okay, because all you're going to have to do is add something to it, supplement something to it. What you have existing is like the best starter kit you can have, and it'll give you more performance out of your machine. It'll give you smoother takeoffs. You'll get more torque. You'll get more mid-range out of a stock setup. And then it will also do that as you implement a secondary spring if you go with bigger tires or something like that. But yes, as far as is it worth it to put a clutch kit in for a stock setup? Absolutely, and I would highly recommend the Stock Performance Plus.
Okay, good deal.
Joe, he said he just purchased the Mud Monster kit, and he had 31 and a half Moto Havocs. Is that a good combo?
That's a great combo.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the best
Anthony,
one you
that's
can
a
have.
Great combo, buddy.
Yes.
Best suited for that setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Somebody call one out.
we're looking to help you out. Tough Steel Productions. We're checking on that tinted windshield for the Sport 4, the back windshield.
Yes, sir, right here it is.
Okay, I thought so.
It's just Gen 2 ZFORCE.
And then
Rear
you can pick
windshield,
dark
and
tint.
then you click dark
Okay.
tint.
Can you turn it around to the camera so, they can see where you're
they won't be able to see it. So if you will type in Tough Steel, if you will, and Erica, if you're watching, if you can pull up the website,
I did Sport 4 rear windshield,
yeah, type
And then
in
scroll
Sport
right
4
here.
rear windshield,
and it's on Gen 2.
and then look at the Gen 2 rear windshield, and then you'll be able to select what tint you want. If you want the normal or light tint or dark tint. So we'll try to get a link. I hope we can add a link to the chat. I'm not 100% sure yet, but Tough Steel Productions, we're going to reach out to you and try to make sure that we help you out with that. Those should be in stock. We'll verify that though, and we'll reach out to you. If anything, you can message us and we'll get somebody to help you out here at the parts counter.
And I know Dylan is probably watching. Dylan, keep note, we have a customer had a little trouble finding what he was looking for. We need to do any tweaks on the keywords or whatever. Can you help us out here, Dylan? If there's any help needs to be on the website, may not, but if there is, I know Dylan's watching and he will be all over this.
I got one for Joe. Bear Den Adventure said, "Hey guys, what's y'all take on the stop ride recall some of us are getting from our dealer saying the bottom of the shock is unscrewing?"
I think that is something that has happened so recently. We kind of discussed that a little bit before we sat down, and you definitely gotta follow what CFMOTO put out there. If they say stop riding, you need to stop riding until the fix is out or they sent parts. But I've not educated myself enough to really speak on that one
I'll
yet.
tell you, you definitely want to stop.
Yeah.
I've seen some do it previously before they put this out.
So he said Loctite. So you still would? He said he's gonna put Loctite on his.
We're not going to be
I ain't
able
gonna
to.
say.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay, that's at your own
whether you
risk,
could or
then,
not.
Bear.
Yeah, we're going to have to follow
Yeah,
CFMOTO's guidelines.
It
on
needs
that.
to be, if you get that, if you get a notification from CFMOTO, you need to bring that in to your dealer. Bring it in here if you can, and let us take care of it the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah.
Don't take those kind of things lightly. We want to make sure it's fixed correctly, so bring that in to here if you can. If you're close enough, please do that.
What else you got, Blake?
We've got, Mike is saying, I mean, that's a problem. Mike recently had an issue. I don't know the full story, but he said they need to have a better part availability for dealers to get parts for warranty work or extend warranty during time parts are not available. I mean,
that's something that we obviously
That's-
can bring up to CFMOTO, but yeah, that's
Are we-
way higher than our pay grade.
Are we actually experiencing any
We're-
problems getting parts? I don't.
it's rare, ain't it?
No, but there's always going to be that one part, it's that
Well,
could be a problem.
So
somewhere.
every morning, one of my routines is I go into the dealer portal and I see what parts that's ordered that's not. Like I can see every morning. I got to pay bills. I got to pay CFMOTO, and I can see every morning what we're waiting on parts, and I can tell you we're not. There's no outstanding parts that we got. And when I say that, this is not a plug at other dealers. This not what this is. We're just so CFMOTO focused. We stock things and
Yeah.
we order every single day, not once a week and different things. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't believe there is a parts problem at all. Now
If you didn't stock anything, there probably would be.
yeah,
but
yeah. If you
other
did,
than that,
yeah.
Yeah, since like Steve's saying, we stock a lot of stuff because we are focused to make sure that we take care of our customers.
But even a
but-
step further than that, every
Yeah.
morning I can see, everybody here don't have access. What I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
What I'm saying is I can see what parts CFMOTO what
That-
we've ordered that they can't fulfill.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything on that list in a while yet.
Yeah. Well, Mike, that's a tough situation. I know you've had kind of I saw
What-
a post about it.
Do we know what he's looking for that we might could help him with?
Well,
I think it got handled. The issue
it's
is
handled. It's just it was a
the part wasn't available during his warranty time, and it was eating up his warranty time. So his
Yeah.
machine was down
Right.
while his warranty was expiring.
so he
Which,
wasn't able to
yeah,
enjoy
it's
his
a bummer.
machine. Yeah.
And we'd love for that to be addressed because
Yeah.
not only for him, but it's especially for some other dealers who don't stock parts
Yeah.
that may be out of stock for a week or two at a time. And it happens. You know, it does happen. Like you said, fortunately, we hear stock so many that it's rare that it happens.
Yeah.
A lot of dealerships don't do that. So when you take it to another dealership, it's going to take them a couple weeks. And if that part is coming over from, or it's on the boat, so to speak, it's going to take a couple weeks. Once it gets to CFMOTO, then it only takes a week. But that's 3 weeks. That's a month of riding time someone's paying on their unit.
Yeah.
And their warranty's being chewed
Yeah,
up. So
I
I
got
get
you.
what Mike's saying.
Yeah.
I just don't know how we can remedy it other than, just bringing that to CFMOTO and say, hey, if situations like this occur, is there any way, can we work on some program for
I just
like
want to
that?
kind of go back to what Jeffrey said. Just bring it to MSC.
I
We're
like
worth the
that.
drive.
Yeah,
We're
right.
worth the drive.
Mike,
I was just
you've been
gonna
down
say
here 15
everything you
times.
guys just said could be remedied if you just bring it to 1295 Tishomingo Main Street Cycle, okay? That's all you gotta do. What is an MV1000?
Mud version.
Okay, any updates on the MV1000?
No.
So yeah.
No, Anthony, no
We'll
updates.
see in August,
We'll
but
see you in August, bro.
nothing yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. Anthony, he said, yeah, done deal, August. Gotta wait.
Hopefully, it's one of them things that they promise. It's not just going to be another year of fancy stickers.
Right.
It's going to be a year of new units. Hopefully, that's in there.
Hold your horses. Just hopefully it's coming. Hopefully.
I guarantee there's got to be somebody asking for a single-seater 1000.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and on that same topic, Jeffrey, I did see where Billy, our clutch kit partner, he commented. He actually talked about the MV model here in the comments.
Yeah.
He's drove one, and that's over. It's not in the U.S.
It's in Finland.
It's in Finland.
He's got one.
He's got one. He's drove one. So if you'll go to Vati Verico, and again, I'm not pronouncing it right, but you can see it in the comments here. Go to his page, and there's some pictures and even driving footage of that machine. There is absolutely no word. We have no idea about that being available for the U.S., but we have seen one in action through Villy. So,
And I'm going to
yeah.
use what you just said, just kind of,
yeah, I know where you're going.
we got our partner, our connection in Finland. This is why we're so far advanced on our clutch kits and on everything that we do that he helps us produce, is because he sees things a half a year before we do. These new clutches on the Gen 3s that we've just now seen, he had a clutch kit for it, nearly a year ago? It's just awesome when you have a partner the way we have a partner that's so far ahead of where the United States is. We're sitting on go every time they drop something. Thank you, Billy. What else you got, Blake?
Again, just
Yeah, go ahead.
come to Team MSC. I mean, like, he's not in a garage guessing. He knows what he's doing as far as these clutch kits and tunes. And your brother has a shop. Well, you guys have a tuning shop, and
Yeah.
what you got, 2, 3,
We got three dynos.
three
total.
dynos now. So guys, we're not guessing. It's like, I don't want to say scientific, but it's
Oh, it's scientific.
It's scientific.
It is.
It's guaranteed. Like it's not gonna mess up as long as you follow the recommendations. And if Joe tell you to do somebody asked you about a B1, B2 yesterday on TikTok. The guy, he bought a Mud Monster and he wanted to know how to clock it. He said he was gonna go to B2 or 3. Joe told me no. Tell him to keep it in B1 because B2 or 3 are gonna eat your clutch up. So you got to come to Team MSC. Period, man. We the best, not in the garage, guessing. Go ahead.
Mike, and this is good because this is actually one of our questions on our paper. Mike gave a good tip for everybody in the comment section. He said, remember when doing clutch kits, clean surfaces of your clutch and inspect your belt. A lot of issues when people don't get the outcome they were expecting is because they have flat spots or burn spots, glaze spots on their belts. And that is so true.
That is a fact.
And we'll dive into that topic because one of the most one popular question here recently in our groups, it's number 2 on our paper, why is my unit jerky all of a sudden? And that's something people ask. And you know, again, a reminder to all the viewers, there are a lot of new people jumping into our sport, never had a CVT driven machine, and doesn't understand, you know, how that works and how that could happen. But absolutely, Mike, thank you for that tip. Yes, you need to pay attention to your belt whenever you do put in a clutch kit. We like to, there's oftentimes we've had people, maybe they're upgrading their machine, but right before that they had done, the reason they're upgrading their machine is because they were like, man, I want a mud ride and I'm getting down these mud holes, and you got in a bind, you got stuck and you burned the belt up, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to make my machine better and I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to put mud tires on it, I'm going to get a clutch kit, I'm going to get exhaust, and next time I come here I'm not going to have that problem. And they'll do that, they'll buy the parts, they'll upgrade it, but they don't change their belt.
And one of the other things, adding on to that, because there are so many, like you said, when you got to change the belt, clean the sheaves.
Yeah.
When your belt exploded, what did you do? You cleaned it out of the belt box. But where else did it go? It went in the outlet, and it may have filtered in the intake.
Yeah,
So
it could have.
it's so important. I took so many calls that people would say, well, I'm going through all these belts. And I shredded one, and then I just can't keep a belt on this thing.
Yeah.
So one of the first questions I ask is, when that first belt shredded, and every time since then, have you gone up and made sure that passageway, that exit, is clear from top to bottom?
Yeah.
Because what happens, those belts chunk out. It'll literally go into 100,000 pieces, whatever, and it'll just build up a little pocket inside that exhaust port, and then it overheats every time. No airflow.
Can't cool off.
So keep that in mind. In addition to, Mike, great point, clean the clutches.
Yes. Y'all want to comment anything else on that topic of, I mean, that pretty much explained it all.
The only
there.
thing I'd like to throw in there is if you could add something to your machine where you can monitor belt temperatures, man, that would be like if you're having belt problems continuously, I can tell you there's no problems with the CVT clutches from CFMOTO.
No.
They're CVTech out of Canada. They're great clutch systems.
Yes.
If you're continually having problems, guys, I hate to tell you, but it's not the clutch system. It's you're getting too much heat, and it might be due to what you're talking about, Rob.
Yep.
But if you will add a gauge to your unit where you can monitor what's going on and you can see your temperatures, you know, it would be it's a good investment that might save somebody a lot of money.
Especially for folks that like to road ride with these CVTs, who
Yeah.
want to hold it
Yeah.
wide open.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'll give them
gosh.
that, that'll give them that, hey, okay, I'm getting a little high in the temperature
Or
zone.
if you're one of
Back
the,
off a little and start cycling that temperature.
or if you're one of these that wants to stay neck deep in mud.
Or that, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it happens so fast for him. 'Cause he's
Right.
just hammered on the throttle, yeah. But road riding is really where you're going to be able to see it start to elevate and pay attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Dustin Parker, can you please, I know you may have reached out and you've communicated with somebody, but please, we're writing your name down right now. We're going to, as soon as this is over, we're going to follow up with you and make sure we get with you on that build that you're wanting. So, Dustin Parker, thank you for reaching out and commenting. We're going to take care of you. Mr. Darren, this is just a testimony of our clutch kits. He says, I have 1,000 miles on my stage 3 trail kit, and his belt and clutch looks new still.
Awesome.
So thank you. We love hearing good positive feedback.
And thank you for your business.
Yes.
Thank
you, Mr.
everybody
Darren.
for their business, but
Yes.
thank you.
With that, if we're gonna do a quick testimony, you know, I'm not a guy who gets a new machine all the time. I've got a 21800 XC and a 2020 600. So my 800 XC, I've gone through one belt, and the only reason I went through the belt, and this is with a stage 3 trail, the only reason I went through a belt is because my son decided to try and pull a side-by-side out of the woods that had no tires on it. So he was essentially dragging a side-by-side out of the woods. That's the only reason I blew a belt. I do road riding, but I do it responsibly. And what I mean by responsibly is what we chatted about earlier, cycling that belt temperature.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I do have 29-inch tires on it, so I have oversized tires. It's so important that, you know, if you take care of your belt and you don't abuse your belt, my 800 has over, I think it's going on 5,500 miles right now, and I truly do believe I'd still be on my original belt if my son didn't do that
Yeah.
to it.
I would have a lot more money in my pocket if it wasn't for my son too.
This is so true. This is so true.
Jeffrey, what do you got
a little
down here?
testimony on belt life.
Yeah,
and
it's just
how you
everybody's
ride.
just commenting. He said he's seen a prototype of the 1000. Bear said thank you. That's it on my end.
Okay.
Jeffrey, if I want to take this opportunity to do a little plug real quick. Jeffrey, how can if people want any MotoGang901 stickers, merch, shirts, how can they do that?
You can get your stickers here, or me. You can contact me on Facebook at MotoGang901. Everything is MotoGang901. Just shoot me a DM. And actually, your shirts, Selena that works here. What is she?
She
The
is
shipping manager that works here.
Yeah.
She the one makes my shirts, and she does a great job. And the
Yes.
hats.
Yes.
So all you gotta do is go to Facebook, shoot me a DM, and when you come to Main Street Cycle, if you purchase anything, just ask for a sticker. They usually have them out. You
Yeah.
can get a couple stickers, but yeah, my hats and my shirts, just DM me and I ship to order. Like you pay, then
That's
I ship.
right.
You know.
That's right.
Also, if you're not subscribed to Jeffrey's YouTube
Right.
channel, please, that's the biggest thing we could do is
Right.
if you're not subscribed, please look Jeffrey up, MotoGang901. He does some crazy stuff. Like I said, he likes to stay neck deep in the mud,
Yeah.
especially if you mud guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So
And
yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Appreciate
That's
it.
awesome. Please do that, and we appreciate that. Also, while we're at it, we'll put in a few more plugs. As you can see, we have our Squatch Juice up here on the table. I'm drinking some right now. Again, I'm telling you, like you can ask any of these guys. I did run out for a little bit, so I did have to go to the store and I bought some. I won't name them, but some. Well, yeah, I will. Monster Energy drinks. Okay, I love those. I always have, and I've drank one a day, like at least one a day. And since Squatch Juice, since the CFMOTO takeover, when we were introduced to this, I have drank a Squatch Juice instead every day, and I stopped going to the gas station, stopped spending that money. Rob here is an extremist when it comes to Squatch Juice because he does more than one a day. I
probably
think
do
it's a
about
problem.
4. He may. I think I'm on my
Yeah, he
5th or 6th
he come
jar.
in yesterday and got a jar and didn't have enough money to pay for it. He said, "Can I come, Rob? I didn't know. Did you pay me today?"
Small correction. I left my wallet at home.
Yeah, maybe
So, yeah.
when he did happen. But
Yeah.
I just want to know did you paid me today.
Yes, first thing I did when I walked in, I paid for my
Oh,
Squatch
goodness.
Juice. But yeah, I gotta tell you, as far as the Squatch Juice goes, in addition to it's so much cheaper, it tastes just as good or better.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you that heavy feeling like
I was
the
just finna say the
Monsters
heavy.
do.
When I usually drink a drink before I go on a ride.
Yeah.
And it's usually a Monster.
Yeah.
But what's his name? The guy.
Ryan. Or
Ryan
Brandon?
reached out to me, and you know I tried it right before I went riding, and I didn't have the heavy feeling because that Monster will make you feel sluggish.
Yeah.
This right here gives you the energy without the sluggishness.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm using it now. So
As
Jeffrey,
far
where
as-
do we get this at?
Main Street Cycle.
TeamMSCParts.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
Duh.
If you'll go to the teammscparts.com homepage,
Yeah.
you can scroll. It's on the homepage. Just scroll down. You'll see a list right there of some of our hot items, and that it's right there. Squatch Juice. Get that. teammscparts.com. It's a great price.
Or we have it at the counter.
Yeah,
either one.
yeah. If you come in store, we have it at the counter, and you're going to get 30 servings. So if you do one full scoop and a 20 ounces of water, that's the perfect mixture.
What's 30 times 3?
For real, gang, check it out.
What's a standard monster?
it's the
326,
truth. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
320s?
You're
Okay.
going to spend a lot.
So we're 90 something, almost $100
Yeah.
for 30 servings of monster.
How much is one of these?
$39.
$39 for
I mean,
for a full. For me, it's a month supply.
I
And
can't
it
believe
saves
how-
me
yeah.
a ton of money.
I can't believe how many people I've seen or talked to, and I was talking to, well, how much is it? $40. $40? I said, do simple math, please. Just, just think
Yeah.
for a hot moment. Don't spend too long thinking. Just really quick, add up all your monsters at $325, $350 a day.
$350 a day.
Yeah.
$350
For a
a
monster,
day.
yeah.
Times 30.
Right.
That's a lot.
And
That's
that's
a
the same
lot.
amount of servings. You're saving so much money.
That's right.
And
That's
they're
right.
way healthier for you.
That's right. Also, you can see a few other products here. We've got our Team MSC light bars up here, Team MSC light pods. We also have our Team MSC lasers
Infinity
right
light.
here. Yeah, infinity light. And just
Sorry,
guys,
laser.
go check out all that we have to offer you at teammscparts.com. We have a ton of options there, and it's growing day by day. You can also see some others, universal fit products behind us, but there's so much there for you that you can check
And
out.
keep in mind, I know we're talking to CFMOTO guys right now. You got buddies, got Polaris, Honda, Can-Am. Remember, Main Street Cycle, yes, we sell CFMOTO, and that's our #1 brand. But TeamMSCParts.com is Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, Can-Am, CFMOTO, Segway, everything. We sell stuff for every brand.
That's right. Also, while we're plugging here, if you go to realtalkpowersports.com, you can get one of these hats here, or you can get a Keep It Real shirt, and it's got the ZFORCE 950 on the back.
Is that your
And,
signature on it?
Yeah,
And
my
I was just
signature's
going to
on
say
there.
that signature. It's going to be worth gazillions
Oh
one
my
day.
gosh.
I'm taking
Anyways,
this off, hanging it up, putting it in one of our frames, putting it on the wall.
be like a Michael
Nope.
Jordan rookie card? No,
You ain't got nothing on Blake's
Not
stuff.
at all. Not at
Nah.
all. Anyways, but yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all supporting us. So again, thank you for get you some MotoGang901 merch, and also Real Talk's merch, and just check out the teammscparts.com for all kinds of goodies and things that you need to really fix up your ride. We've got about 8 minutes. We're actually going to shut it down at 5. And remember, we're going to do these live feeds as often as possible. We're going to try to do every Thursday. We do have to talk about next week. Me and Jeffrey kind of have another idea.
He told me. So
Okay.
We
got a
might
question.
possibly do it Friday.
We
instead of
might
Thursday.
possibly move. Ooh, and we need to talk about that. We may move our live feed next week from Thursday to Friday, but just if you follow our pages, Jeffrey's going to post about it. I'll post about it. It'll be on the Main Street Cycle page when we're going to go live, and we'll dive into more questions.
I got a question, Blake.
Yeah.
About what y'all was talking about. It said when you guys talk about ruining your belt from road riding, is that high speed or any speed?
It'd be high speed for long periods of time down the road, and a long period of time, could be something as simple as 3 or 4 minutes of wide open.
Yeah,
you
just keeping it pegged out.
Keeping it pegged. You don't need to do that.
The belt is at the top. It's maxed out. It's at the top of the sheaves when it's doing that.
Spinning so fast.
Stretched as far
Yeah.
as it can go, and it's so. As far as that goes, I do a lot of road riding with my own,
The mic.
especially with my 600.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can blip it. I mean, you can get up. I mean, depending on what unit you have, depends on how fast you can go safely. But say, use my 600 for example. I'll blip it to 50 something miles an hour,
Just
very
to vary.
momentarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not meant to run wide open 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Your
For a long
safe
period of
zone
time.
for long periods of, like, if you're riding miles upon miles, 30 to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And even then, you're still going to not keep it at the same speed for a long period of
Exactly.
time.
Yeah.
You're going to want to keep those sheaves doing this
Yeah, so-
as much as possible to
and-
keep that belt temperature.
Yeah, vary your
fluctuating.
RPM.
Yes.
So if you can vary it by 500 RPMs, that's going to be enough to
And it's
fluctuate
gonna help.
it.
And if you
dramatically.
could possibly put you a gauge on it so you can
Yeah.
see what's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on, would just be like the best thing in the
Yeah.
world to do.
Yeah.
Appreciate the question, Jason.
Yeah.
I hope
Right
that
on.
helped.
Thank
I
you.
hope that helped.
Yes, yes.
That was a good answer, Rob.
Um,
Can we get another one in there before we got to
well, before we need to really talk about next Friday. We
Okay.
need to talk about that. So
You're gonna
next
do that,
Friday, what's that?
I was asking
Oh.
Steve, what are you gonna do there? Your idea.
Oh, we'll have to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
So
talk about this
next Friday we're going to have our
Grand Reopening.
grand reopening, and this really, guys, is just it's more of a customer appreciation. We want to just hang out with y'all. So if there's there's actually people that are driving a long ways to come be with us next Friday. It's July 19th, starting at 11 o'clock. But we want any locals, anybody that can, and if you want to make the drive and come be with us and hang out, it's going to be a fun day. It's going to start at 11, and we're going to be just celebrating our new look, if you will. We've really kind of took care of the building here on the outside, and just excited about it.
And it's like you said too. More than anything, it's customer appreciation.
Yep. Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about the food we're
Yes,
going to be having?
yes. So, along with that, at 11 o'clock, y'all come join us. Shortly after that, I have a buddy of mine who is well known down in Louisiana. He's come from South Louisiana, okay? And he is coming to cook some true Cajun jambalaya. And that's you get to come and have a free, you ain't got to pay for that. It's going to be a free bowl of jambalaya made by somebody that's a good friend of mine, Josh Quibido, and he is coming to do that. He has won, what is it called? Like when you have cook-off competitions, whatever they are. He's won competitions for his cook-offs. Yeah, sure. But it's that good. Like this dude is the real deal, and he does big cookouts and stuff.
One thing.
Oh gosh. But we'll maybe address that in a second. But we'll have that. We'll have drinks. Also, there's going to be door prizes as well. So you'll be entered for a chance to win. The grand prize is a Gator Waiter cooler filled with all kinds of goodies. There's
What's the
also
equivalent of a Gator Waiter cooler.
like a Yeti, it's that quality.
If they haven't
Yeah,
know
if-
how
that's right.
awesome that
And,
is.
and I'm not so sure after we've had talks today that's even going to be the grand prize.
Oh.
That was the grand prize, but as Jeffrey was just pointing out, what are
welcome.
we going to do?
Jeffrey is pushing to get y'all something even better
Right.
as the grand prize.
So,
But
And
so
that's a nice
whatever
grand
we
prize.
do,
So y'all gotta
bigger
show
than a
up,
coup,
though.
Jeffrey done it.
You
That's
gotta
right.
you gotta show up. Come get you some free food. Come mingle, talk, learn something new. Come buy a unit. You gotta come though. It's next
Yeah.
Friday.
yeah, there's going to be some. You're going to want to be here.
Right.
Okay. There's some deals that's only going to happen in house potentially. There's more things that we're discussing off camera to make that day worth your drive. So come hang out with us. Free food, jambalaya. We may even have some hot dogs for some of you picky people. But for real though, we'll have some good food for you, some drinks, and a
What's the
chance
date?
to win. That's July
July 19th.
19th,
2024.
2024.
Very important.
If you're
On
watching
YouTube,
this,
right?
yeah,
If you're
yeah.
watching this in 2026,
Yeah, you
know.
missed it. You missed it. So yes, thank you. This
I-
video will be there for a
I
while.
wonder
So
if there will be a Real Talk Powersports you eating jambalaya sticker after this.
Oh, gosh.
Could that even be a thing?
Anything's
It's possible.
Anything's
It's possible.
possible.
When it
Huh?
comes to Blake and food and stickers,
Hey, I know
happen.
we're fixing to run out of time,
Yep.
and I know you're going to hit a button and end it. I want to say, hey, all these people that are commenting
Oh,
that
so
didn't
much.
get their answers. First thing I'm going to do in the morning, I'm going to get Erica to go through this, and I'm going to have her to answer every single question that got asked that we didn't address in this live feed. Be watching for your answers tomorrow, because Erica will be on it first thing in the morning.
yes, yes. Hey to all of you, thank y'all so much. There's a lot of people watching and commenting. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Same on Jeffries.
Yes,
Same on
yes.
Jeffries here.
Well,
I'll get Erica to
to check
jump on
his
there and
too.
check
Yes.
all the questions, and we're gonna make sure that if you took your time to be with us in this live feed and we didn't get you answered, we're gonna take our time tomorrow to get you your answers. I promise you that.
Yes, yes.
Like, share, and subscribe. MotoGang901. Love y'all.
That's right. That's right. All right, we'll wrap it up, guys. Thank y'all again, and oh, we got a lot to cover next time. So
We didn't make it to our paper, did we?
yeah, we only got 2 questions, and we had 10 for y'all today. So
You talk too much, Blake.
I don't know. I think we shared the love. Joel didn't talk enough. Next time, Joel's
Next time,
talking
is
more
it
than
all
anybody.
him?
It's going to be a very quiet next time. Joel's the one talking.
And we got to get. We're going to have to move locations because we got to get Dylan in here. We got. We just need
I
more.
was thinking about the shop.
Yeah.
That's when I asked you today where
Yeah.
y'all coming back. I was like, maybe you can do it in the shop, like in the bay door.
Yeah. Well,
Or,
I don't know. It's 9,000 degrees
but I
out there.
like the table set
Yep.
up there. You all
Blake,
there.
I'm
All
ready,
right,
to go. I'm
yep.
ready to go eat supper.
Yeah, we got to go, guys. It's past time. Love y'all. God
Thank
bless you. As always, remember to keep it real. We'll see you in the next one.
That was a pretty good one,
I
guys.
think it went good.
Oh, yeah.